Welcome to Advisors on Growth. I'm your host, Derek Colin. Today, we're going to talk with Kandy Windom. She is the founder and CEO of Lead 100. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Derek. Thank you for the invitation.
Thanks for joining us on Advisors on Growth. So, can you share a bit about your role and how it fits into the bigger picture over at Kandy Windom?
Okay, awesome. So one of the things and the biggest things about Candy Windom, it all started when I was going through a transition, becoming an entrepreneur, but also when a family member went to commit suicide. So things just changed, and that's where Candy just had to revert again. And actually create this incredible company that has been supported corporations in locally and international as well.
So, when it comes to leadership, what types of industries do you work with? Do you work with founders and CEOs? Can you dive into that a little bit and what you exactly help them with?
Yes. So basically I help them with the most important thing is profit, right? Because most company they run like 12 months of the business. They have employees, they have tools, they have systems, they have old operation system. But at the end of the year, they are not even profitable, like not even 3%. So basically what I do is I help them with tools and systems, and especially in the mindset of their employees, team building, leadership, so they can actually become better and efficiently become more profitable by implementing those tools.
And can you kind of elaborate on what types of companies or industries you help?
So I have been working multiple, you probably have heard about Salesforce, you probably have heard about Vinci, and also it's another company that is international. They are in Paris. They also have quarters here in Virginia and United States. So it's part of the construction, we have tech, also have multiple, variety of corporations that we support in a way of executive coaching and leadership, training and development in the space, the tech and construction. That's basically most of the companies that we support.
Oh, nice. Okay. And what stage of growth are those companies usually in?
Well, and we have three levels that we will be able to support them. So if they just started, like for example, they have at least 10 employees and basically they wanted to ramp it up to, I want to make first million, the 3 million or 10 millions, then we're gonna be able to work with them. That's what we call like the entrepreneur spirit, right? Because they just starting. They are not just a startup like a business owner that is only a sole entrepreneur. This already have a team that is supporting them, maybe part-time or full-time. And then we have another level that we actually encourage. We love this in the middle. This is funny, but in the middle, it's like when they have between 25 to 100 employees, and we can empower and impact the leadership so they can really become the best leaders for the team. So that's when we become more like a team building spirit, because the first one is more like, okay, let's do the leadership for them. Most important thing is about the CEO. The CEO is the one that runs all that, right? The culture, the values, principles. And in the middle is more like, okay, so we need to go to the middle manager, executive leaders to be able to lead, because the CEO just need a little bit the empowerment, but it is more for the executive leaders. And the bigger companies, we have bigger companies like I mentioned, Vinci is huge because they have over 25,000 employees. And then this one is super powerful too, because we can work in each department depending on what they need.
So, is it top down or does it really depend on what level or, kind of where they're at in terms of their growth, where you determine, okay, I need to work with the manager first, or do you work top down, CEO down?
So we do like a discovery call, like that is an assessment where we call it a 360 assessment, where we evaluate, what the CEO wants, why, and this is just evaluation, no, nothing related to how we're gonna work with them. It's just the evaluation of where stage they are. And we do like a little bit of interview, like 2 or 3 minutes for the people who make the top decisions to see, we 1 or 2 questions to see if they are ready for the change, if they are resistant to the change, or they are ready to grow. So then we can identify, okay, this is the tools that they actually need to be able to empower the leadership and the system so they can actually become more profitable.
And when it comes to, profitability, are they telling you we want to get to this stage, we want to make this amount, we need better, we need to revamp this department, or how does that work?
So basically, this is funny because because they normally come out with because they have a problem. High turnover, people are fighting, they don't work in each other. So the manager basically is focusing in the small stuff, but there is a bigger, I would say, impact in the organization for the result and especially for the numbers. So we focus on the numbers, but also they looking into like, oh, the leadership is not good, or they need more communication, they need more leadership training, and they think that that is going to resolve all of it. But also, it's whole thing that needs to come together to be in one vision, one purpose, in all alignment with the same values to be able to make that happen. Then they will see the transformation.
Ah, very cool. So they need to work together.
Exactly. So they come like, "Hey, Candy, we need your assistant." Basically, this management man is being so crazy, so hard for me to communicate with them, or they don't get along each other, and I just need to do something like a leadership academy. We develop programs sometimes depending on what they want, because I'm really good about creating and it's specific for them. Yeah, that's basically they come with the symptom, but really what the CEO, that problem is impacting is the problem.
What typically may not seem like an issue for a CEO, but you identify it as an issue? Do you ever have to say, hey, this is something that definitely needs to be fixed, and I know you want to get here, but you need to fix this first?
Yes, so this is so common. Most people don't get into it, but when they promote they say, "Yes, you're ready, you have the tools, blah blah blah," but they don't know. But to promote somebody, they have to let go of the old identity that they have been get used to do something like this is how we do it. They had this vocabulary. This is how we do it. This is how it's been, and this is all we do it. So when they had the mentality and that identity in there, when they promote somebody, that's when they have the biggest chance. That's one of the things that they don't see. If that person is really emotionally, physically, and energetically aligned to what they actually want for them to be promoted for the next level.
So in alignment, correct me if I'm wrong, like their personal goals, they want to get like a new car, or they want to help their family pay their mortgage off, something that's in alignment to why they're working. Is that what you mean?
So alignment in the corporation. So there is a personal alignment, like mind, body, spirit. That's personal alignment. But alignment with the company is alignment with the mission, vision, and projection and the future of the company, right? So if somebody just say, "Hey, I want to be promoted, but I'm looking for another job," that person is not in alignment.
What major shifts are you seeing in your industry right now?
So the major shift, oh my God. Well, AI has been like a big impact, like globally, and it's gonna continue impacting. But they need what I see right now is that they are so scared about implementing. They're so scared to be implemented, especially the baby boomers. They feel like they are so loyal. And this is what 60 years in our life we've been doing it. Those companies are going to be losing a big time. Those companies really gonna lose their inner journey because they are not flexible to change and really adapt to everything that is coming. Because it's not just for small entrepreneurs that we use AI, is for corporations, and especially in healthcare, they have to really captivate how it's gonna be used in AI. So with the AI right now is that they feel like, okay, so we're gonna do this transition, but they really are not training effectively and emotionally and really in alignment the new future employees that are gonna be managing, because AI is a tool. It's not something that we can just let it run by itself. We have to have a human behind that. But that human behind that is normally it's not gonna be somebody who is in different generations. The new generation, they are ready to go. Oh yes, it's a new toy. Come on, let's do it. But the old generations are the ones are having a hard time to change.
And people need to, someone provides you a boat, and there's a hurricane and water all around, and they give you a boat. You need to get on it, otherwise you're gonna sink. Sink or swim, right?
I love that metaphor. I love it. You cannot just think of you gotta learn how to swim really, very well, or know how to jump off, or basically jump on the boat.
So how has AI impacted your business or growth strategy?
Oh my God. Right now, it's becoming easier. However, we had to train our virtual assistants to make sure that they know how to work with them. And we are collecting data right now, right? For example, we're managing social media, how to manage Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, how we can implement those strategies so we can have a lead generation. So we just about to launch the two first agents next month. So it's going to be really awesome just to implement those first agents that are going to make the phone calls for us. We are not making the phone calls. The agents are going to do it. So that's really, it's scary, but also is kind of fun just to see. So we are not taking away the human part, right? We are just doing like in the morning, we're going to do calls with AI, and after we're going to do it like with our team to make sure that to see where the data, what it works, what is the language that it actually is more effective, because you can not just trust one way to do things.
Yeah, there's more than one way to slice an apple. But so for entrepreneurs out there that are currently listening on this podcast, what's working well for you right now and what's been frustrating?
And regarding to leadership, AI, or strategies, or whatever.
Yeah, just business in general, as a leader, as a founder, lead 100, someone who owns and operates Kandy Windom, what's working well and what's been frustrating.
Okay, so one of the things that is really working well is when, and anybody here, if you want the calculator, we can give it to the calculator for free. It's a tiny event profits calculator, and that calculator I use it personally to future, say I want to plan the next 12 months, and basically that tool is giving me the vision of where the leads are coming, where the conversations are coming, where the sales are coming, and where my profits are. Because we all numbers, a CEO, a leader, it's nothing. We need to know our first. So that's the biggest tool. So if you want it, just let me know. We can drop it somewhere right there. We can give it to them for free.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just drop the calculator in the chat and I'll make sure to put it in the description. Is it a website link?
Yes, that is. You can go into, yes, Kandy Windom / I will have to send it to you.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I'll make sure to update it in the description.
So basically, if you're running events, because right now corporations, even GE, Google are running events. People don't really skeptical about running events, but really when you run event is when you spread your brand, when you really master your authority, and people get to know you and you have more visibility. So with this tool, you said, okay, I'm gonna run 4 biggest impact, small rooms, and the other one is gonna be a bigger room, and the other one is gonna be a virtual room, and then you're gonna do the numbers. We have one that is like the vision and how you're gonna visualize and see what the numbers are coming, and the other one is what numbers do I need to do daily so I know everything that I do in social media is gonna work for my business.
Identify, key metrics so that they can improve and scale.
Yeah, that's leadership. To be able to lead your business, you need to know your numbers.
So I would assume when you're working with your past clients, you still work with your past clients, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so when working with past clients, when do they typically pull you in when an issue arises or another issue?
So an issue is, for example, they trying to implement something and they don't know what they're doing. They like, I just run my event, or I just did my team meeting and nothing, it didn't work. So that's where they reach out to us and be like, hey, Kandy or Team Kandy, can you please help me? I'm trying to figure out this. It's all about more like about communication, but they have this misconception, or I would say the wrong definition of sales. Because I always tell them, you're selling 24/7. Your idea, your values, your principle, your product, yourself, your brand, you're selling all day long, 24/7. So when I tell them about sales, most people are like super skeptical, and they were like, oh my God, no, I don't want to sell. He said, you're selling anyway. You're selling an idea in a team meeting. You are selling a proposal when you're presenting to the new client, and you're selling, I would say, a project when you run your event, right? So that is when they most call me right away. And the other number 2 most, I would say, is when they have a biggest resistance. They are resistant to do something that's like, oh my, I need to call Kandy because then I have to do an appointment for them.
They're like, wait, I need to call Kandy because yeah, she's gonna lead the 100 for sure. So what do you want CEOs and founders to know that haven't signed up with, Lead 100 Candy Windom yet? What would you like them to know if they have issues in their company?
Okay, so if they have issues, just remember the issue that they see is the symptom. That is, when they come to us, we really go deeper to the root cause of the problem. Because yes, for example, I got somebody who reached out to me and they want a proposal for the executive coaching, and they wanted to less than 20K. And I said, well, we don't work more than less than 20K. So he was like, just send an offer anyway, right? So I sent it, but it was a full like transformation, not just for like the executive coaching, because this is the problem. They looking at for, oh, I just need coaching for Derek. But I don't just need coaching for Derek. You actually coaching an assessment to his wife, his girlfriend, what is around them, the environment, what is working for him, what is not working for him, right? So that is the most important thing, and just not one thing. And they only see one side. I see the whole picture.
You see beyond the forest, right?
Exactly, exactly. So when they were like, "Oh my God," so I'm sure that they probably gonna. It will be easy for me. Say, "Yeah, we can do executive coaching. $2,000 per section or $1,000 per section, depending 30 or 1 hour." But if you really want the whole package, it's this amount of money, and the
Yeah.
trainings, the books, the assessment, all of it, all in one.
And how long does this process take for a full transformation, or maybe midway when they start to see results before full transformation? Does it take 3 months, 6 months, a year?
So in the 101 executive coaching, we do executive coaching like normal, but we
Mm.
also offer a full cellular alignment. That is an align somebody who have a resistance to do something. For example, if the company wants to go into $10 million, but they're only making 3 millions every year. So we have to do a full cellular alignment for that statement. And then we have to look all the resistance. What is that person is resistant to do so they
Mhm.
can move forward. So it's not just the training and development. Executive coaching is also looking into your nervous system, what is against and what is in favor to where they want to walk into the path for the company.
So when you're working or assisting a CEO for Derek, as you used me as an example, that one person that's kind of holding everybody back, for example, someone who doesn't want to work, or they don't like their 9 to 5, or they're just being lazy, or their process feels repetitive and they're just drained and they don't like showing up to work. How do you turn that around? Do they usually get rid of them, or do you help them with their mindset?
So sounds really hard, but I always say fire quickly and hire slowly. So if somebody's not in alignment right on day one, fire. Just let them, because probably they need to be in alignment with another company that they feel more comfortable, they feel more in alignment with the values and principles and the mission of the company. But if that person is not emotionally attached or to the company, it's like, let's do that together, let's work together, it means that that person doesn't belong there. So, but if I see that the person has like one day that it works really well and the next day is dropped, one day it worked really well and the next day it was. So basically, we just gotta go into the mindset coaching. We have to work in their mindset to make sure that whatever is the starting, because some people you can see them really well in a company, but you don't know how they sleep, how they walk, and how they eat, and if they are resting, and if they have somebody sick in the house, somebody is dying. So all those affects their performance.
I would assume, like, if someone's repetitive and they're constantly, messing up it on a daily basis and they truly don't want to be there, it's good to get rid of them, hire slowly, but why invest time in trying to help their mindset if they're going to continue to repeat the same process? Awesome. So where do you want Lead 100 at Kandy Windom to be in the next 6 to 12 months from now?
Oh my God. So we are actually looking for 100 CEOs that can join to our program, because we have the CEO club where we help them with to make sure that they are in a full alignment, not just in their company, but also in their life and relationship. Because we take the whole, as I mentioned, we take the whole picture. So basically, and with this program, what we see is that it's evolving and we are growing so much. I would say that we are becoming like a Christian safe base, because in JV, joint ventures with so many leaders in different states and countries, that we believe in the same thing. So it's actually becoming something super beautiful that we're gonna be able to impact more leaders. And that's what Lead 100 is coming. And of course, the AI is gonna be like Russian. We just did a partnership with somebody who does prompts really well and works with all the subjects. Literally, you can create a proposal in less than five. We just use the right tools. So not it's not like and then you can win
Yeah. Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. It's super private, but we are launching all those things tools and give them the CEOs the tools that they need, and of course the mindset, because it's I believe and I 100% believe if it's for me, 90% mindset is what a successful company goes to.
Yeah, it's definitely about mindset for sure. It helps with productivity, waking up with purpose, a lot of things, right? It has some spiritual aspects to it as well. So you get your mindset right, then you can, change your life for the better. It not only impacts your life, but it impacts others around you, especially within the workforce.
Yeah, so I don't remember the book that the Hobby Lobby CEO wrote, but he was mentioned that, that's why Hobby Lobby, they close, Chick-fil-A, they close on Sundays because they have a certain belief and purpose in there. And because spiritually, business is so attached to it. So business is a spiritual journey. So that's why mindset has to be involved in there to make sure that spiritually, the mind and the body, that's what we call the cellular alignment, because the body needs to be in alignment with all those two.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's the temple, right?
Yes.
The body of Christ is your church. So awesome. Yeah. So you mentioned, the goal for your business is to lead 100 more CEOs with your process for Kandy Windom. And, so if you had a magic wand and you was to wave it around and strike at the heart of your belief, fix one thing in your business that's holding you back, what would that one thing be?
I would say to remove myself from the company. So that's what I would love to hire very soon. I call myself founder, president, because CEO, God is the CEO, right? He is the one who provides everything for us and for our company. But if I have to do a magic one, is to find a person that's even better than myself that can just run the business as a president, and I can just be there, just make sure that everything gets involved to what my vision is. So when I leave this world, I can leave a legacy for my kids and my family. So that will be super
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome. Yeah, the company goes beyond. Even when you're gone, the company keeps running. Self-sustaining business is always very lucrative, and it helps your family for generations to come.
Yeah, that's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming.
Awesome, awesome. Well, hopefully not sooner than you think. I still want you to stay on this earth and do amazing things with Lead 100 and Kandy Windom. Tell me, when it comes to Kandy Windom, what sparked this newfound company to do so many amazing things for CEOs? How did you come to start such an amazing company? Frustrations in your previous history that led you to this, so that you can fix things within this industry.
Yeah, so when I used to work for B Corporation Global, like I want to say the names, but I work for them and I work for State and Fair as well. But one of the things that I really inspired me to start this is because I always saw that we were like hiring somebody and we give them training, really the right onboarding, the 90-day, body program so they can embrace the culture of the company, and then they leave. We were working so hard to get all those people and they leave and they keep leaving. And I was like, something is big here. It's a huge gap. So that is when I found out that the communication and most of the company, especially when they are so big, it broke so easy. When it's small, the communication is overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But when it's big, you get lost. That's when the four agreements that one of the four agreements that I follow is do not assume. And I teach that to all the leaders. Do not assume anything. Ask, this is what we should be doing? This is where we're going for? Did you send me the email? Can I send you the email? Just always verify the communication. That's just part and communicate well. So that inspired me. And then I saw John Maxwell talking about, he was in a mission to change the world. I'm like, I want to change the world.
Yeah.
And so that's what I joined to his team, be part of his team and continue being part part of his team as well. And that's what, like, oh my God, just let's do this. Let's figure out a thing. And I got my first client, and then I got my second client, and I continue client, and I give myself, you cannot provide a good and excellent service if you are not growing for myself. I would say probably 80 to 100K every year in just personal development, coaches, mentors. So that actually gave me the capability and capacity to actually work with bigger companies and bigger problems. That all started just that way. And then Lead 100 started is when somebody asked me, Candy, how do you get corporate clients? How do you get this thing? How do you do this? So I started mentor the person, and then I figure out, oh, actually I can charge for this.
Yeah.
Start working with the person, teaching them what I do, and then it comes on the next one and the next one, and then it's when I got the mastermind coming on, and then continue doing the corporation as well.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Advisors on Growth podcast. It's been a pleasure. And Candy, if people need to find you, can they just look you up on LinkedIn at Kandy Windom?
Yes, Kandy Windom on LinkedIn. They can connect with me if they want to reach out for anything. Like, hey, I want to find out. We do assessments. We don't charge for assessments. So if they want to figure out at least where the company is stand up, we can do it for them. It's not cost. But also, if they want the tiny events be profits calculator, they can just reach out, or in the link that you can, and then they can just get it.
Awesome. Yeah. So if you guys want the Tiny Events calculator, I'll make sure to put that in the description. If you want to look up her website, that's candywindom.com. That's Candy with a K, Windom.com. Thank you so much for joining us on Advisors on Growth, Candy. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Derek. I appreciate it.
Awesome.